Hi, welcome. If you're new here, hi, my name is Anne, and if you're not new, welcome back, my friends. Right now, you're probably thinking, Anne, why is your background so different? Where are you? That's not your house. Correct. This is not my house. This is, in fact, an Airbnb in Colorado, because I'm in Colorado. Alex and I are buying a house. So this trip will be sort of an informal house hunting experience. I am looking at some new homes, at some resale homes, getting a feel for the area that we're looking to buy a house in, and kind of just like understanding what we want to buy, and getting a feel for like the process and what that looks like. So this trip, I am going to meet with my realtor. We're going to look at homes. Also, my brother and his girlfriend are coming as well. And we're just gonna hang out. I don't know what all I'm gonna be able to film, but I'm going to get some footage of the homes that we're looking at, and I'll chat with you each day as well and kind of give you a feel for like what we looked at today and kind of where we're at. So that's what you can expect in this vlog, but it's gonna be kind of an informal come along with me. And I thought it would be fun to just sort of document the process, and like in 20 years or whatever, I can look back and be like, oh yeah, remember when we bought our first house. So Alex is not with me. He is back in Omaha with the dogs. And so it's just me. But coincidentally, Monday is my 30th birthday. So it's currently Friday night. And on Monday, I'm gonna turn 30. So it's like a lot of big things happening all together, all at once, which is really exciting and a little bit daunting, but it's exciting stuff. So I am going to be here in Colorado tomorrow, look at a bunch of homes tomorrow, and then also tomorrow, Saturday, and then also Sunday, I'll be looking at homes as well on Sunday, but I do have my flight back on Sunday afternoon. And then on Monday, I have the day off for my birthday. So I will also take you along with me. I'll do a birthday vlog so you can follow me along on my 30th birthday as well. So subscribe if you're interested in watching that. But without further ado, let's find a house. Also, I feel like I have to say, like, I'm not super, like, it doesn't seem like I'm very excited about house hunting. I am. I'm 1000% excited. I'm just very tired. It's been a long day. I had a huge school project that I had to like hurry up and finish. And then I flew here, and then we all went out for dinner, and I ate a lot of barbecue. And so now your girl is ready for sleep. So plus they're like, there's a family and they live upstairs, and I don't want to talk too loud and like wake them up. So I am very excited about buying a house. I'm very excited. I'm just trying to be quiet so I don't wake anybody up, and also I'm exhausted. So anyways, I'm gonna go to bed, and I will see you in the morning. And tomorrow is the big juicy day of all the house hunting, so I will film some stuff for you, and you can be nosy and see what kind of houses we're looking at. Hello, good morning. It's the next day. I'm almost ready. I have to put my shoes on and fill my water bottle up. And yeah, then I'm pretty much ready to go. I'm just gonna put my shoes on right now. Ew, gross. These are new. I literally just wore these yesterday and they're kind of dirty already. So I'm waiting for Doug and Ashton to pick me up. They are picking me up from the Airbnb, and then we are going to get a coffee, which is much needed right now. I'm very tired. And then we're driving up to Wellington, and we're gonna meet our realtor like in that area. And then the realtor is gonna drive us around to like, let me just put you down there. The realtor is gonna drive us around to like look at homes. So yeah, I probably will film. I don't want to like, I know some people don't want to be on camera, so I won't like have my camera out and about while we're like looking at the homes, but I'll probably take some footage on my iPhone and just kind of like do a couple things here and there. So yeah, So this shoe is very hard to get on. So that is the plan for the day. I I filmed a Airbnb tour, like a hotel tour, but an Airbnb tour. I filmed an Airbnb tour yesterday, so I forgot to show you that. So let me put that here and you can see the cute little Airbnb that I'm staying in. Okay, so first you enter in this door. Right next to that door up there at the top, there's another door, and that's actually like entry into like the actual part of the house where the owners live. But like we come down the steps here and then it comes into this like very open, really nice room down here. So we'll like start over here in the kitchen. It's like really nice kitchenette area. It's got a Keurig, a fridge. There's some dishes also if you want some like coffee, condiments, different kinds of things there. And cute little Colorado sign. I love that. There's a microwave and then some cabinet space and stuff, kitchen, trash, etc. Then this is like the living room area. There's a TV here, coffee table with some nice little furniture here. Over here's a little desk with some fun games. I was actually looking at these games earlier. Some of these I'm like, heck yeah, I'd play that. Cute little writing desk there. And then this is the like dining area. So you could have like a full dinner here. This is their little welcome book. It's really cute, like well thought out. It's like adorable. So that's there. Then you kind of head over here into the room. This is like a nice little queen area. Here we go. It's a lovely, cozy little room, little bed there. Here is the bathroom. This is a really nice big bathroom. This is a really cool tile floor. Huge shower. Really pretty vanity area. And of course the toilet. And then there's also over here, the laundry room area. So I think if you needed to do laundry, you could. There's like Tide and some blankets and some other things there. And then a nice full length mirror as well. So it's a really nice little area. Very cute and cozy. I'm looking forward to plopping into that bed in a bit. I also have to show these really cool light switches. They're like textured and everything. They're like really cool and intricate. All of the light switches have these plates on them. Really, really cool. I don't know if Doug and Ashton are here yet, but it's 7:18 and we need to leave. So I'm gonna go ahead and go out and just wait for them on the side, like up the sidewalk. So next time you see me, I will have a Starbucks in my hand and my voice will not be so groggily. Is that a word? Gravelly? Groggy/gravelly. Groggily. It's a new thing, guys. have gone all day touring homes. We toured some resale homes. We also toured a couple of new build communities, and we've basically just been out all day looking at homes. We looked at, I think, like 16 homes maybe. So I am utterly exhausted, but I did want to like recap you on like what we did and kind of the feel of things and stuff. So we started the morning looking at some resale homes in the area that we're looking at. And we looked at homes that were like kind of all across our price range, like higher in our price range, lower in our price range. We looked at some homes that were like older that kind of backed up to some like open space areas. They were a little bit higher in the price range generally, but they had like really large lots. And you could definitely feel like the wear and tear in the house though, from like, you know, like a home that was built in like 2006, like you could kind of feel that it had been lived in, and like the carpet would have maybe needed replacing or whatever. But the yard, generally they had like mature trees. They were on like a, like the community was just obviously more mature, you know, so that was nice. We also looked at some homes that were like a little bit more newer. Some of them were a little bit smaller, so they were like kind of the lower end of the price range. There was one in particular that I really liked. It looked like, we kept joking, it looked like the house from Monster House. Did you ever watch that that movie? It was kind of like that, where it was like square facades on the outside, and it was like a really dark brown color. That was probably my favorite resale house. They had like a huge garage. The back was like large enough for the dogs, and the inside felt very new. I think it had been built in 2021. So, I mean, that is relatively new, but it felt very clean. It felt very well taken care of. It didn't feel like the people had been in there for that long or like really worn through the house that much. So we really did like that one. And then we looked at some homes kind of towards the end of the resale block that were kind of like probably the lowest end of the price range, but you could really tell that those homes, like one of them had been a rental, and like, wow, she was not well. Like the siding on like some of the doors was ripped off. There was like a huge hole in one of the doors. There was like weird like locks on like the medicine cap, like the bathroom closet. There was like a weird lock on it. Like it was weird. It was just like a weird vibe. And that house was like really super affordable for what we're looking for, but like it just was not well taken care of, and it felt like it had been like a very heavily used rental. So there was a couple of those. I will say that like there was a couple of houses that we went in that like, there was this one house in particular that I was like, I love this house. Like looking at it online, I was like, I'd buy this house today. We get in there and it smelled, oh my gosh, it was so smelly. Like it just smelled like, this is awful. It smelled just like humans. Like it smelled like people, like hair and like feet, and just like a house that was like very much like lived in. And there was another house that smelled like, they had dogs, and you could tell the dogs that had accidents because the house itself smelled like urine, sort of like depending on where you were in the house. And that was like a really interesting thing, that you might look at the house online, but like once you get in the house, like the minute you're in there, you can be like, no, this is not it. So there were a few of those as well. Then we went and we had some lunch, and then after that we toured some new build communities. So the community that I have been really looking at is a D.R. Horton community, and there were some floor plans. I had like looked through all of their floor plans and kind of gotten a feel for like what I liked. I actually had looked at these homes like, I want to say like a year ago or so. We were like thinking about possibly coming to this area, like moving around to like the Cheyenne area, like northern Colorado. And I had looked at these homes, like I think it was like a year ago. They were bookmarked. And then when all of this happened and we decided that we were in fact moving, I like resurfaced those, and I was like, hey, like I've already been looking at these. I didn't even realize. It was like a weird turn of events. But so these D.R. Horton homes, they were ones that I had been looking at previously in this particular community, but also I think several of them we have actually toured before. Alex and I went out with our realtor, I think it was like 2021, when we were actually looking at trying to buy a house, and we had toured some of these
communities, and they have very similar floor plans. We obviously didn't buy a house at that time. It was a really massive seller's market, and like we couldn't like get anything. The homes were like, you had to pay like 50 grand over asking, you had to pay cash. Like there's no way that we could have competed in that sort of market. The good news is that the market's cooled off. It's now a little bit more of a buyer's market, which is really, really good for us, obviously, because we're buyers. But I really liked this community. I had seen some of the new builds previously, and I just really kind of liked the style and the layout, and like just I felt very at home in some of these floor plans. So there were 2 floor plans that I looked at online that I really liked, and I was like, these are it. I'll buy this house today. We go and we tour, and one of the floor plans that I really liked, I did like it. It was the biggest floor plan that they have. It was a large house, guys. Like, it was very large. Ashton pointed out, she was like, this would be a hard house to clean. Like, it's so large that like you yourself just trying to clean the house, like that's a big responsibility. This one was called the Hennessy, and it also had another feature that I really liked, where it had a guest room upstairs, and the guest room had an attached bathroom. So that would be super nice. Like when Alex's parents come and visit us, they have a bathroom like attached to their guest room. They don't have to use like the community bathroom. It would be really nice to use as a guest room. And then the house itself was bigger. So like the kitchen area, the like living area was a lot larger. Not like a lot larger, but it was enough that it just felt larger, like a larger area. This one though, there were a couple of downsides. Like my favorite floor plan had my hair is in my earring here. My favorite floor plan had a window in the kitchen. This floor plan didn't have a window in the kitchen, so the kitchen felt a little more closed off. It also didn't have like kind of a mudroom area where like you come in from the garage. It just was like you came in, like bam, you're in the house. There was like no area to like sit, take your shoes off, etc. And then there was also like there was like an additional wall of cabinets, but the cabinets were kind of like, it was like bumped out from the wall. So the kitchen almost again felt more boxed in because there was like that additional wall there, which was weird, right? Because it was actually a bigger house, but the kitchen felt smaller. Strange. So that's like the highest end of the floor plan that they had available. Then there was the like next lower tier is called I think the Bridgeport. This one is one that I had looked at online, but I just was like, no, that's not going to work for us. I don't like that. Well, we went in. This is the one that they had staged, and I was like, I like this. This is really nice. This is the one that had a window in the kitchen, like literally in the kitchen. It also had a really nice loft area upstairs. So you like go up the stairs and there's a loft up there. And like our realtor pointed out that like loft spaces in general aren't necessarily usable spaces, but I feel like we could really use that. Like we could use it as like a playroom. It could sort of be an office. It could be like an additional kind of like family living area. Like the thing with the loft is that it made the upstairs so much like more open, and also there was so much more light coming in from the window in the loft, kind of coming into that upstairs area. The other thing with this one, the master was like a good enough size, but the Hennessy, the original one, that master was like absolutely enormous. Like it was a gigantic master, or I think they call it an owner's suite now. And that was huge. Like it was a full retreat. It would have been really, really cool. So the Bridgeport, the master, the owner's suite, and the Bridgeport wasn't quite as large. But overall, like I really liked the layout of things. I felt like it was a really good use of usable space. Like there were so many windows. It felt really open, and it really felt like a place that I feel like would accommodate our living style. We also looked at another home that was again another tier below that called the Holcomb, and it was nice, but it was a little bit too small for I think what we're looking for. So we kind of found that Bridgeport was like a really good mix in between. And then we also do like the Hennessy again, but there was like a couple of things about the Hennessy that like Hennessy was like 20 grand more. And so you're paying, like you get a larger house, but some of the areas that I feel like we would really utilize, like that loft area and then the kitchen, were actually smaller in the Hennessy. So we did look at, they do have a couple of those on like available, like you move in ready, you could buy them today. The other thing that was something that we have to think about when we're building when we're looking at a new build is the proximity to neighbors, like the proximity of houses, like between houses. So they were saying like, I think the minimum is like 10 feet. Like you have to have 10 feet between houses. These were like 50 to 60 feet apart, which is like really a large difference. That each house had like a side yard on both sides of the house. So you really felt like moved away from your neighbors, which was really nice. The house that we're in now, like our neighbors are very close. And that's a little bit of a problem, honestly, for me and Alex. Like we like having a little bit more of our space. And then the other thing is like the yard itself, like with a new build, there's, everybody says like they're close together, like you don't have any space in your backyard. These backyards are smaller, like they're not like the size of like some of these resale that we were looking at, where they had like this huge open space that it backs open to. You have like, 3/4 of an acre, whatever. It was a lot smaller than that. But this community, they had 6-foot tall privacy fences that didn't have gaps in them, which obviously is important for the dogs. And it felt like it was enough space. You got like, depending on where, like which lot you were on, some of the lots, you were like really close to your neighbor in the back because the house was set back from the front. So then your yard in the back is smaller. Others, it was closer to the front, so then the yard in the back is bigger. So depending on like which lot we were in, but these two floor plans that I liked, they were set within like oriented upon the lot, that the backyard was big enough that I was like, I feel like it would be big enough for the dogs. I feel like I could put a garden in here. I could do a greenhouse if I wanted to, whatever. So I was very pleasantly surprised with the new build community and like how the layout, they had done the layout of the community itself. Also, I was really surprised at like how quiet it was. Like it wasn't very loud. The houses, like the actual street, like the houses were on the street was relatively large. So you weren't like looking into your neighbor's window, which is happening at the house we're currently in. So anyway, and they were offering some like pretty good programs that would kind of allow us to like make our money go further, possibly get like a lower interest rate or make our monthly payments a little bit less. So that's something that we like having that, obviously, because it basically gives us more bang for our buck. So this trip was really for us to kind of get a feel for like what the market is looking like, what these new builds look like, would we even like this community, etc. And I feel like we checked that box. So tomorrow we're not gonna go out and look at houses anymore. I think I have a good feel for what I'm looking for and what I want. Tomorrow, I think I'm just gonna hang out with Doug and Ashton. Doug's gonna make us some breakfast, and then I'm gonna head to the airport for my flight. In the coming weeks, Alex and I are going to decide, look at a little bit closer at our timeline of like, when do we want to buy a house? When do we want to close? Talking through some of the pros and cons of the different floor plans. And I want to show him like some of the staged house and kind of like walk him through like what the flow of the house looks like, because it's kind of hard to see that from like photos of like empty rooms. It's hard to kind of get a feel for the dimension. So yeah, and we're gonna kind of look at the market, because we obviously want to make moves while it's still beneficial for us, while we're still having the upper hand in terms of like who the market is favoring. But we like our timeline in itself, like we're not ready to move into a house today. Like, I mean, we are, but Alex's job, the job that he's on, it wouldn't really be beneficial for him right now. Like the job that we're moving towards isn't going to really ramp up until early next year. So we have to kind of think about what that looks like. So it's a lot of stuff for us to think about. It's a lot of stuff for us to go through, but it was a really fun day. And at the end of the day, one of my favorite restaurants is in downtown Fort Collins. And I was like really hoping, oh, it'd be really cool if we could go there. And I was like, I love eating there, and we're here. It'd be really nice to eat there. Well, guess what? Surprise, surprise. They all surprised me. And we ended up going there. There was like, Alex had put together a reservation, and we ended up going back and meeting our realtor there. And I thought we were done, and then we like, just surprised, actually we're going out to eat and Matt's here. And so that was really cool. Our realtor, he's like a friend of ours. So anyway, so we all went out to eat and we had some delicious steak, and yeah, it was a nice little birthday surprise. I got this little cute little truffle that they did for my birthday, and they sung happy birthday to me, and so it was a really good surprise and I loved it. So anyway, I am exhausted, and so I need to go to sleep. But I did want to fill you in with what we did today and what happened. And yeah, it's exciting stuff. It's daunting for sure. And it's hard because it's like you want to make the right choice, but like when and what is the right choice? And like it's a lot of big stuff. So I'm a firm believer that things will happen the way that they're supposed to happen. And so I think like the one house in particular that I just was absolutely in love with, if that's supposed to be our house, it will be. So I am excited, but also trying not to get too overwhelmed or stressed out about it. But I think this is a good thing. I think good things are coming and I'm really ready for this. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed and I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, good morning. It's the next day. It is Sunday, the day before my birthday, and I'm awake. I've had a shower, done my makeup, gotten ready, chatted with Alex on the phone a little bit, and I'm now headed over to Doug and Ashton's. We're gonna hang out. Ashton and I think are gonna go shopping. We're gonna try and get like a matching outfit for something really fun that's coming up, so I'm gonna see if we can do that. But then after that, we're just going to hang out, and I have to then head to the airport at about 2:33 for my flight. So I am going to go ahead and end the vlog here. I will keep you updated through this whole house buying process, and I will obviously share every step of the journey with you. So it's something that I want to document for myself, but I also like watching like these types of videos when like people are buying a house, especially if it's their first house. It's such an exciting experience, and so I really wanted to share that with you as well. So yeah, so subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Stay tuned. I have exciting content coming up. I have my birthday vlog is coming that might already be live. If it is, I'll link it below. It's my 30th birthday, so I will be vlogging the day and just kind of hanging out with you. Also, we have apple picking coming up. I recently did a farmer's market vlog. We also have a big trip coming up, so I've been teasing that a little bit as well, but I will be bringing you along on all of those things as well. So anyways, thank you for watching. If you recently bought a home or you're a first-time home buyer as well, if you have any tips, let me know. And I'm excited for this next step. So all right, well, with all of that said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.